Nothing like recording in the dark because
Speech
you're blind.
on. Stop record. Speech off.
I really need to turn my sound back on so it tells me when it starts. But welcome to another daily video. It is December 1st, and stating the date like anyone cares. Anyway, today I was just thinking, oh, I need a video for today. What should I post? And I got this crazy idea. Hopefully it works. So over the next couple weeks or whatever, I'm gonna be thinking of some absolute bonkers trade that might happen in baseball and sort of pitch an idea of how it may work. I really enjoyed doing it last year when I tried to do a pitch for Joey Gallo to be traded to the Cubs. I think that's where it sort of started. Now, just off the top of my head, because honestly, I didn't even plan for that video to go that direction. I was just talking about Chris Bryant, how he shouldn't be traded. And I'm like, you know what? If we did trade him, we should trade him to the Rangers for Joey Gallo. To like going Kyle Schwarber and Nico Horner and a draft pick and all that. But that was I really liked that video because I just thought of it off the top of my head and took something that I had no clue what I was talking about to something, and it was really good. So this time I actually sat down, did like 35 minutes of research, planned this all out, and I think it's a pretty good, fair trade. I'm trying to do this where both teams win. So the first part, or second part technically, of this series, we are doing if Nolan Arenado and Francisco Lindor both got flipped. So both have been in trade talks. Nolan Arenado have been in trade talks more last year. To the Dodgers. Is he going to the Cardinals? Is he going to the Rockies? No, what? He's already on the Rockies. To the Cubs for Chris Bryant. And all sorts of trades here. It sort of died down, but I did see something where it said that Nolan Arenado might go to the Dodgers. I mean, I just want to World Series, and you want to get Nolan Arenado. And then the Indians are more than likely going to trade Francisco Lindor. And the rumors are flying everywhere. The Yankees, the Mets, the Cardinals, the everything, the Dodgers for Corey Seager, the everything. It is just bonkers. So I was thinking, why not take a team that's not really in the talks or are both in talks to trade different players, and I make them a trade workout. So let me know how this trade works. So the Rockies will be receiving the star shortstop Francisco Lindor, along with the Rockies' 8th draft pick. What's your name? Wait, what the heck did I even type? No, okay, Francisco Lindor, along with their 8th draft pick, Brian Rocchio. He is a shortstop, and he is just projected to be coming up in 2023. So, like, I'm going to be even out of high school when he comes out. And the Rockies' number 9 prospect, Aaron Mullen. Who are you? Aaron Broncho. Yeah, you. And he is a second baseman projected to come up in 2022. So the Rockies would get plenty of control, and I'm going to go through and all that. The Indians would be receiving Nolan Arenado, Kevin Pillar, the Rockies' 4th draft pick, Ryan Blade, or Blade, I sometimes say pronounce it weird. He is a third baseman / outfielder, and he's projected to come up 2021. And their 10th draft pick, Ben Bowden. He's a left-handed pitcher projected to come up 2020, so he might have made a debut, pitched a couple innings. And so that'd be a very interesting. So here's how I predicted. This is what your starting 9 would be. For the Indians, it would be Roberto Perez at catcher. They re-sign Carlos Santana for first. You move Jose Ramirez over to second base. At shortstop, you have Cesar Hernandez. And at third base, of course, you have Nolan Arenado playing his natural position. In left field, you have Donald DeShield Jr., Center field, you put Kevin Pillar since he is the best outfielder. And in right field, you have Oscar Mercado. And your designated hitter is Franmil Reyes. And your starting pitchers are Shane Beaver, the Cy Young. You have Carlos Carrasco at the 2, Aaron Savali at 3, Zach Plesac at 4, and Tristan McKenzie at the 5. Okay, so let's talk about the. No, okay, let's go over it. Yeah, we're gonna talk about the Rockies. So their starting roster would be Tony Walters at catcher, and then they Josh Wantes. I don't even know who the heck you are. And then Daniel Murphy at second, Trevor Story at shortstop, Brandon Rogers would play third. Left field, they have David Dahl. Center field, Charlie Blackmon. Right field, Ian Desmond. And the utility guy is Matt Kemp. Their starting pitchers would be Antonio Sensatella, German Marquez, Carlos Estebres, Kyle Freeman at the 4, and John Gray at 5. Okay, so let's break it down for both teams. So the Rockies, they begin the best shortstop in the game, basically, and I don't see them being stopped. I mean, this totally, you think, on paper, would put them past the Diamondbacks, past the Giants for sure, and competing with the Padres and the Dodgers in the West. And if you put Francisco Lindor in Coors Field, I think that would do wonders for his numbers. On top of the very good defense. I messed up, didn't I? Yes, I did. I didn't even put Francisco Lindor in the starting lineup. I guess if I were to redo this, I put Trevor Story at second and Lindor at shortstop. So I'm going to switch that real quick because I didn't even put him in here. And I even double checked to look it over. I'm like, is everything correct? Apparently not. So you have Story and Lindor to lead the offense. Actually, they're both good defenders too, because they both have won Gold Gloves and everything. Brandon Rogers at third would be he'd be good, and whoever that first baseman Josh guy reported with Ryan McMahon or something. Their catcher situation needs help, but they have a pretty good outfield. I mean, David Dahl, former All-Star, Charlie Blackmon just rates Ian Desmond. Is really good. And Matt Kemp, he's 36. I don't think the Indians will take him, but also I don't think that the Rockies want to keep him. So, and then they're starting pitchers. Antonio Sensatella was really good last year. German Marquez, Carlos Estebres, and Kyle Freeman and John Gray. Decent pickups. And the prospects that the Rockies will begin with Brian Rocchio, the shortstop. He can move over, since he's coming up in 2023, he can move up and go over to second to or first or whatever, just for some utility. I'm pretty sure since he's deep in the minors, he can have a position change, and in 3 years he will be good to go. And then the 9th pick, Aaron Blanchard, a second baseman, just something for more infield depth. So that way maybe you don't have to play Trevor Story at a secondary position. And the Indians will be getting Nolan Arenado, arguably the best shortstop in the game. Kevin Pillar. I gave the Indians Kevin Pillar. Going back and forth since there's 5 center fielders technically for the Indians, and I was not letting Sam Hilliard start for the Rockies. So I moved Ian Desmond over to the Rockies to right field just because he'd been with the Rockies longer. So I put Kevin Pillar in the trade, and the Indians need outfielders. So that's why I did that, along with Ryan Blade, a third baseman / outfielder coming up in 2021, so next year. So there's another outfielder, another player that they can sort of play all over the field. And then also the Rockies' 10th pick, Ben Bowden, that left-handed pitcher, and the Indians love to develop pitchers. They are really, really good at that. And Roberto Perez, Gold Glove winner. Carlos Santana can come back for one more season. And then the middle infield is just really good. Jose Ramirez, third in the third in the American League MVP voting. And then you have Cesar Hernandez moving over to shortstop. I mean, I guess you can put Jose at shortstop, and like Cesar plays natural positions and did win a Gold Glove there. But then also you can put Ryan Blade there when he comes up. And then shortstop. Oh yeah, that's Hernandez. Third base, of course, you let Arnau play natural position. Delano DeShields is just there for the defense. That's all we provide. Kevin Pillar, all defense. Oscar Mercado, still developing, I say. I mean, he can do something. And then Framber Reyes is just gonna rake. And then Shane Bieber, Cy Young winner. Cookie, Carl Carrasco, Aaron Savali, Zach Plesac, and Tristan McKenzie looks electric. Looks so good. So if I were to say there's a winner or loser in this trade, I tried to make it where it's an even one. I mean, you both have some of the top 2 players in the game. Not top 2, maybe top 20. Why I say top 2? 2 of the top 20 or so players in the game getting swapped. And I mean, you can clearly tell some aspects of the team are better than the other. The Indians had the better starting pitching. But the Rockies had the better outfield. The Indians had the better infield. And the Indians had the better catcher. And it looks like the Indians. I mean, I think the prospects you say were about even, because anyone can break out or not underperform. I mean, the 8th and the 9th prospect, they don't come up till 2023 and 2022, which is a long way away, so they can't help out the Rockies immediately, but also the 4th pick for 2021 and the 10th pick, supposed to come from 2020, can immediately help the Indians. So you decide which one is better. I mean, I think both prospects fill some holes or make it where you can move some people around to help out both sides. And I think the Indians can totally pass the Twins with this move, and it would just be the Indians and the White Sox to battle it out for the top of the AL Central. And at worst, the Indians are a wild card team, and if they get matched up with something like the Blue Jays in the wild card team, or the A's in the wild card, I see they can beat those teams. Now, if you go against the Yankees, they're gonna have some struggles. Against the Astros, some struggles. But I mean, I think they can hold their own against the White Sox. And then in the other division, the Rockies, I don't see them being. I just see them coming in 3rd place. I don't see them beating the Padres or the Dodgers, even with getting Francisco Lindor. You still have Trevor Story and Brandon Rogers, still a young prospect, but you're building toward the future. And, I mean, that 8th and 9th pick, Brian Rancho, Brian Rocchio and Aaron Brancho for 2023 and 2022, both coming up, help you build for the future, along with Brandon Rogers and Zach Bean. The top pick for the Rockies, and I was not going to throw him in the deal. I have no idea why the Rockies would throw Zach Bean on top of Nolan Arenado to the Indians. And Nolan Jones and Mike Freeland, that you guys just named for the top 2 prospects for the Indians, they're going to come up and they're going to contribute to this too. So the Indians definitely, I guess you could say, win this. No, the Indians win this deal, but it's different situations. But the Indians still can compete a lot more. Like the Indian was already the better team than the Rockies, but the Indians just improved by 5, and the Rockies just improved by 2. Basically, it's like if these 2 teams went off, the Indians would win, and they can go for a division title, and the Rockies can't go for a division title with this roster because the Dodgers and Padres are too good for the Rockies, but the Indians leap over the Twins, and the Indians can go against that young White Sox team. So that was that video. Hope you enjoy. I'm going to be doing more of these, a bunch of research and just writing down some trade that might happen and just watching the offseason. I mean, what we got so far? Mike Minor signed with the Royals, Michael Taylor signed with the Royals, Trevor May and Jacob Barnes signed with the Mets or whatever. Give me something major. Bauer, Miramuto, Brantley, Springer, LeMahieu. Come on, someone, anyone. Morton signed to the Braves. Just give me something. Boyd Snell getting traded. Should I do one for him? Like, what team should he get traded for that people aren't talking? They're talking about the Cardinals, talking about the Red Sox. They're talking about Bryant to the Red Sox. That'd be real interesting. But we don't need to do one of them where just out of the... No, I don't see the trade ever happening, the Rockies and the Indians for Lindor and Arenado, but it's just something to think about, really interesting. I hope you like this video, and let me know in the comment section below what trades want me to do this for or whatever. I hope you have a good Tuesday, my dudes, or whatever. Bye. This was a lot of fun.